Alright, guys and girls, this is Jerningham here. A bit more news to show about other things and what people have got in the UK and what people are struggling with and which people need more things of. Um, it talks about all sorts of things, so we're going to be watching this video about strugglings and money and stuff, so we're going to watch this thing.
After Tory MPs did not vote. According to the division list, 6 Conservative MPs rebelled to support that Labour motion. Our deputy political editor Sam Coates has the story.
2 years ago, musician McKinley Chadwick started his career as a sound engineer. Now, after a year of pandemic, he's struggling and unsure how he will cope if the £20 a week Universal Credit Lifeline thrown last spring is withdrawn at the end of March.
Got no money. I've got like 130 quid in the bank. It affects people like me, people like my friends and family. You know, my mum's disabled, she's on universal credit. If they cut that, that's going to be a big chunk of our food shopping that we're not going to be able to afford.
The Labour leader highlighting what losing £1,000 a year will mean for many of the 6 million people who are helped by the universal credit boost.
We're still in the middle of a pandemic, and the government
This is
wants to get
Sadiq
rid
Khan,
of
the
that
Labour
uplift,
leader,
which is
this guy,
vital to those families. It's the wrong
politics
thing
guy.
to do. I think many Tory MPs in their heart of heart know it's the wrong thing to do.
He succeeded in goading some of them to speak out today.
Now is not the time to consider any reduction in the uplift in universal credit. This uplift was brought in to help people through the extreme challenges of the pandemic. And those challenges haven't passed.
The uplift is so important right now, and it's why I believe it needs to be extended for the further 12 months.
The ayes to the right, 278. The noes to the left, 0.
The government managed to stop any rebel Tory MPs voting with Labour, but that doesn't mean the problem has gone away.
Fantastic.
Visiting a vaccine centre in Oxford, Boris Johnson makes clear no decisions have been taken.
What we've said is that we'll put our arms around the whole of the country throughout the pandemic. The countries we've already done, I think, £280 billion worth of support, and we'll keep all measures obviously under constant review.
The fact that Boris Johnson hasn't automatically sided with his Chancellor is striking. Rishi Sunak wants everybody to be braced for the end of emergency support that got us through the pandemic within months. But Boris Johnson can spy a row with his backbenchers he doesn't want to have. Life is about to get more difficult for the Treasury, not least because furlough ends at the end of April, meaning that just as a lot of people have got vaccines, more people are going to end up on unemployment and hence on universal credit.
Just the little things add up.
Those like Mike, who lost his job in hospitality, moved back in with his mother and is still struggling to cope.
Yes, you can live within your means. It's a great little phrase, but when you're already living well within your means and still there's not enough money for the month, I don't know what to do.
Rishi Sunak is going round Whitehall telling people that whatever he pays for now has to be paid back later. But when will Boris Johnson let him do that? Sam Coates, Sky News.
The inquiry into the Manchester Arena bombing has heard how the youngest of the victims might have survived if she had received better first aid. 8-year-old Safi Roussos was among 2 people who survived the initial explosion when Salman Abedi detonated a bomb at an Ariana Grande concert in 2017, killing 22 people. Well, now the inquiry will look into how the emergency services responded and how poorly it was coordinated. Sky's Tom Parmenter reports.
As soon as the bomb went off inside the arena, a group of British Transport Police officers ran to help.
When a bomb's just gone off, there's people everywhere, blood everywhere.
Outside, it was chaos. It was Ariana Grande's concert, and 8-year-old Safi Roussos loved her. She was just 5 meters from the explosion. Initially, Safi's family were told that she died quickly, but they wanted a second opinion, and they found that Safi survived for over an hour. And she asked, "Am I going to die?"
I knew that I had to read this report. I knew that I had to digest it, but total shock to what I was reading. Total opposite to what I had in my head altogether. I feel gutted for Safi. That's how I feel. I'm distraught anyway, but I feel gutted for that little girl.
Both Safi and 28-year-old John Atkinson might have survived their injuries. The next phase of the inquiry is examining just how the emergency services responded and which mistakes were avoidable.
We are not investigating the emergency response on some theoretical basis, scoring it against some assumed list of points. Instead, we're considering how an emergency response may save lives, and if so, by what means that is to be achieved, and whether it was in fact achieved on the 22nd of May 2017.
The pandemic means that even the inquiry chairman is following this from home. The ambulance service are too stretched to be able to attend, but the resolve is there to carry on for everyone who survived that night.
The other people that have died in Manchester
men, women
Arena,
and children who lost their
Aberdeen
lives.
Grande concert 2017.
Tom Harmiter, Sky News.
Saddening.
This is Sky News Tonight coming up. We're going to be crossing live to Washington, D.C., where Adam Bolton will bring you all the latest before Joe Biden's inauguration in under 2 days' time.
Well, guys and girls, I hope you all enjoyed that video. I know it's very saddening when all them people died in Manchester Arena bombing, when that guy blew up the place and people lost their lives going to the concert watching their favourite singer. Children, adults, young people, heartbreaking. I think the guy killed himself on that day, 2017. But it's not the point, though. People go to a concert to enjoy themselves, to watch their favourite singer, and they don't want to expect people to harm them like that, or kill them, or, you know, upset them. Because people want to have fun, relax, wind down. What I mean by that is, enjoy themselves. Why not? We only live once in the world. And it's made a lot of damage to people's lives when you've lost a loved one over violence, or somebody dying at war, or someone dying of another illness, or someone taking their own life. It's not a nice thing. The damage is always inside your body. So I want you guys and girls to understand it's not nice for a lot of people to lose their lives, and the damage is always going to be there with the families as well. They'll have to pick up the pieces, and it's not fair on them either. Once you do damage to somebody like that, they always remember the person that's done the damage. What I mean by that is, the person will always be labelled and hated by that other person because they've hurt one of them and taken one of their families. So you got to realise, you take one of our families, we take one of yours. That's what some people think like, and other people just find it very difficult. And we should all think before we do things in life, because sometimes if you do the wrong thing, it can cause a lot of problems for everybody, and you mess your life up for good. So most people have done that, not thought before they done things, and they got locked up for life. Some people got executed in other countries for doing silly things. Not everybody's like that, but you just got to use your brain. If you don't use this, then you go downhill, and who knows what happens. You know, not everybody thinks the same as most people, fair enough, and some people don't understand one another. But you as a person, as a human being, most of us people have to really think and realise that life's not a joke. I mean, you know, there's always consequences and reactions what you do in life. And if you annoy somebody or hurt someone, there's always consequences on that as well. But all human beings, we all bleed the same. We all think differently, and we all feel pain. But anyway, I better go for now. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Give it a like, give it a comment. Very saddening about the Manchester Arena, and saddening about other things that people are struggling in the world. But anyway, thank you for joining me in this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Give it a like, give it a comment, share your friends, and I'll be back in the next video. Peace. My phone's just died of me, the battery. Peace. Get charged the phone. I mean, the battery's just gone flat. Peace.